Okay, we are live, and we decided to go live early because the conversation backstage was so hot. It is going to get a little slightly political, unfortunately, because other people can't keep the politics out of the conversation, including potentially Pedro Pascal, the quartering, Keemstar. But off the top, we have to react to Keemstar trashing the quartering in his viewers on Twitter. It's not just what I covered earlier. He also made a video on Twitter, which is very surprising to go. So I don't normally like to go into this, but it is a hot topic right now. There's a lot of difference of opinions. I have Josh and Brian. I think we all have slightly different opinions on this. I have not followed the case. I personally do not like. I'm not calling anyone a murderer. I don't. He faced trial. Basically, here's my thoughts on it before you guys go on into before we react to Keemstar on Twitter. Is they could not say he was a murderer without reasonable doubt. You have to prove it without reasonable doubt. So I don't know all the details, but keep that in mind. I particularly, in my personal opinion, I'm not going to say he's a murderer or got away, whatever. I just personally, I haven't. This is not like Marvel or DC superheroes. I don't really particularly like propping up people as heroes and vigilante justice. That's my personal opinion, but that's as an outsider going in because I haven't really followed all the details. Like I don't know what the people that lost their lives. I don't know about their personal stuff. There's been stuff people know about them, what they had, how they went after Kyle. I don't know all that. I really don't. So I was just gonna comment on Keemstar going after the quartering. So let's watch the video first, and then we'll get all into that after we watch his video, and then we'll get to the members' mailbag. And we do need to shout out the members first, though. We do have to do that. You viewers and members, viewers too, really been helping the show. We have Carl the Shirtless, Aaron World Order, Rhea, Nick Hammond, Obi-Wan, Relapse, Real Elmo Cinema, Brian Master of None, who's joining us on this episode.
Heck yeah.
AG Zeno Q, Lucky Day, Austin Lien, Resident Justice, Josh Bowen, who's also a frequent collaborator for Members Mailbag. He really enjoys this content. He really wants to be involved, so we want to support Josh as well. Robbie B's Diary, Taylor M, Zeverfet, Robert Millen, Cast Graphics, Saggy Melons, the CGH, the Ramblin' Man, the Glimmering Harpy, Cyrus, Classy Gaming, Pete, Will Wallace, Slow Movie, Perp, Bradley, the World Recording, Alonza, Chubby Teddy Monster Productions, H Parts 100, Roosevelt Cavazos, Lewis Cox, Hans, Blonded Braille, the Retro Bro, Punk Trace, Statue, Vince, Tommy Dellarico, Zod Rider, Ambassador Wing, the Geek Getaway, and the Gray Council. Appreciate the support, and keep in mind, your membership goes towards charity this month. It's right now. I'm actually doing the most amount of videos in a day, and it's all going to charity this month. Josh, I may have been you, Josh. I apologize. I can't remember. I think was it you or Hans that said Wounded Warrior, or you both agreed? I'm not sure. Wounded Warrior.
I mentioned those type of charities, and then Hans gave the actual name.
Okay, cool. So shout out to Hans and Josh and Cast Graphics as well, that originally wanted to do something for the veterans because he's a vet himself. Going to keep them in mind, especially near the holidays and the recent withdrawal from Afghanistan. That's still recent. That's still in a lot of vets' minds.
Oh, it is. It's on all of our minds still.
Yes. So we keep that in mind. And also make a wish. And Brian volunteered to watch me donate to make sure the money goes to the right place. Yep, right. He says he's not going to take any funny business with money and charity. Nope, not going to have any disasters here on the internet like can happen. Carl is
t-shirts. Oh, sorry.
okay.
Brian had a serious face going on. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Carl's here. Have fun with your mailbag stream. We will. Kevin Wagner watching the new Masters of the Universe, which came out today. On that, I have so much to do. I have so much stuff to watch. I can't even make it to the theater to watch.
It's 5 episodes, dude. If you haven't watched like the first, did you watch the first half?
Yeah.
Okay, dude, it's like 5 more episodes. It's not that long. They're half-hour apiece, man. It's
Hey, Dark Knight Rider Games. If you haven't checked out after you watch Mailbag, go watch the interview with Dark Knight Rider Games. We want to bring them into the fold for movie talk and everything. A new friend, so we embrace.
Yeah, you had him on earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, go sub to him if you haven't already. All right, let's get to the Keemstar on Twitter. He went at him. All right, let's bring this up here.
Who is this guy?
Keemstar? He's like the biggest drama channel on YouTube.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've never heard of him. I know all about Quartering. I used to be a follower of his.
Yeah, he's been very controversial too, because he covers stuff people don't want out, and he also, I think there was controversy around him because he really criticized the one YouTuber, and then unfortunately that YouTuber took his own life.
Oh God.
He was a video game YouTuber. I forget his name. I apologize. It's eluding me right now. But that's where he made controversy there because all right. Apparently he says he's retiring too. I don't know. All right.
Quartering, aka Jeremy, you and your fans have lost your goddamn mind. Forever, you've been saying you're against cancel culture and you're against the social justice warriors. You're against going after sponsors and all this other shit, right?
Right.
Well,
this is accurate. But I think
that's the biggest hypocritical thing because Jeremy's all about the sponsors.
Yeah.
So if he says he's against sponsors, he's full of it.
Well, he's just giving the example that they're against this, going after. But now he's talking about. I think he's really attacking, and we'll get to this. Pedro Pascal and Disney for supporting Disney. For continuing to support Disney while one of their employees is saying such things on Twitter, which we'll get to.
Apparently, some actor made a claim, rest in peace to the fucking pedophile that Kyle Rittenhouse killed in self-defense, all right? So you got upset about that, and you want to call the guy out. But instead of calling the actor out, you decide to put out a tweet saying, oh, when your family is watching Disney Plus and they're watching the Star Wars series, be reminded that the lead actor is a fucking pedophile supporter or whatever. Why did you add Disney Plus? Why did you fucking add that he's in a Star Wars series? Why didn't you just talk about the actor? Because you're being a social justice, cancel culture warrior, fucking hypocrite. That's why. So I call you out for that. And your fans then respond, oh, I guess you support pedophiles. You know who
Oh my goodness. I didn't watch this ahead of time.
He is a little bit over the top, but he's still kind of accurate.
It's about right.
Keemstar or Quartering?
No,
Keemstar.
Keemstar.
Keemstar. Okay. Yeah.
He's a little over the top, but yeah, I'll comment more in a little bit when you ask.
Okay. Let's finish this.
Okay.
I thought this was an interesting discussion.
It is.
I think it's a good segment to have a hot topic to draw people in, and then the members' comments. Mailbag too.
this way? The cancel culture fucking pieces of shit all over the fucking internet. Your fans are just like that.
Yes.
Now you respond. You, Jeremy, yourself respond and say, I didn't think Keemstar would be pro-pedophile, but I guess he is.
Oh my!
You.
That's a straw man that a lot of these social justice warriors go to. Oh, well, are you supporting this? No, he's just supporting free speech and not going and not tagging your boss like a Karen. Like they're social justice warriors and Karens. I got to tell the owner, the boss about this. Trying to get, basically the same thing people did to Gina. I didn't tag Disney about Gina. I didn't care.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Here's a little secret.
Yeah.
Both sides are Karens.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Let's see what else he has to say here.
Are a social justice warrior, cancel culture, fucking moron, just like everyone else on this goddamn site. You are no different than the people you call out.
That's
look
a
at
nice
your
kitchen.
actions, look at your tweets. Look how
He makes
you
a
fucking
lot
act.
of money.
Look how your fucking mindless sheep fans act.
Yes.
Look what they say. Look how they spin narratives. You're all a complete joke, and only Keemstar lives in base reality.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
All right, so that's the main topic here. What's our initial thoughts there? I agree with him there. I don't always agree with Keemstar. Do you agree with his context of just that clip? What do you think of that, Josh?
I just saw the tweet from Pedro Pascal.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
Well, let's bring it up. Well, because I don't.
Yeah.
I have to
All
get
right.
the whole context of the tweet too.
He pretty much explained the exact tweet. He shows a picture of the guys that were shot in self-defense and says that they were murdered. Rest in peace. That's pretty much the whole thing. Because I'm on Pedro's his Twitter page right now.
Now, like I said, I don't necessarily agree with him. It's his right to say that, though, right? But Brian, you may have like a different take on this potentially. Is it his right to say that, or you said it could be what?
Well, no, it's his right to say that, and it's their right to get upset about it. Unfortunately, but no,
like tagging the boss and stuff.
No, it's the same amount of
error.
hypocrisy that they complain about when somebody from the left does it to them. So I mean, it's that whole situation. It's just really stupid. And then just to kind of like, I don't know, I get irritated when celebrities weigh in on this kind of crap too. So I mean, I can understand where like Jeremy comes from in a sense, because it is really irritating. It's so out of touch, in my opinion, and it's not only that, but it really kind of divides us more than anything.
I like what Scarlett Johansson said about 6 months ago. Don't get political. Stick to what you're good at. Do
Acting,
basically.
Well, like Mark Ruffalo did the same thing.
Oh, okay.
You know, and it's like, dude, come on, man. Like, I get it. You're upset. You know, it didn't. The trial didn't work out the way that you hoped it would work out. But you know, the fact of the matter is it, you know, what went down should not have happened. Okay.
Well,
Jacob Blake shouldn't have got shot in the back and paralyzed. You know, they shouldn't have been rioting on the streets in Kenosha that night. You know, there's a lot of things that should not have happened. And
well, to me, it's too complicated. It's too
like
complicated.
I've also seen the Kyle Rittenhouse interview that Tucker Carlson did Monday night too.
No, I watched that too.
Yeah,
I still watch Tim Pool. He covered it every day, and not only that, but he had people on his show that were there, and were on the stand. Like Richie McGinnis, one of the people that was there, and like was kind of running with Kyle because one of the first people that was coming after that threatened to kill him. So it's like, I don't know, man. I
honestly don't know the details of what went down. I know he was there. I know the basic premise, but I don't know what led to the shootings, like who threatened who or who went after who. So I don't really want to get into that part particularly, but
it's all on video. So it's
that's the thing about it. Well, and that's the thing. That's the thing that gets it. Like everybody has, but the news and all that kind of stuff is like spun this so hard that it was like, oh, he crossed state lines with a firearm. It's like, no, the gun was in Kenosha when he got there. You know what I mean? And this is all proven, but it's just they want to hear that story. You know, and that really sucks. It really does.
Well, to be fair though, there's narratives of both sides, so it's really
no. And that's the thing. It's like the right propped him up as a hero, and
that's what I particularly have an issue with because I don't know.
Shooting someone in self-defense is not a hero. All right,
it's not a heroic action.
Like there's like doing Rittenhouse sales at gun shops and stuff now, and it's like I mean that's the right to do that too. That's as a business.
I mean, that's
owner,
something you kind of have to like chuckle at the trolling a little bit, but it's definitely kind of a taste tasteless joke, I guess.
Me particularly, without knowing all the details, I kind of like patrolling the streets. Kind of like I'm not judging Cal. I'm just saying patrolling the streets during that type of event, something's going to happen one way or another.
Yeah, no,
we're walking around with a gun, and then propping him up now as a hero is very dangerous in my eyes, because this isn't DC or Marvel. This isn't the actual Punisher, vigilante justice.
Calling him vigilante, it's ridiculous.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what it could promote.
It's completely ridiculous, because he's not a vigilante. He shot someone in self-defense. He shouldn't have been carrying a military-grade assault rifle. All right, I'm against people having that kind of, that's overkill to me. And I'm against having that kind of power for everyday regular citizens. What's wrong with having a handgun to protect yourself? Why do you have to have a military-grade assault rifle?
Yeah, I mean, one of the guys charged at him with a handgun. So it's
so they both have.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's no, and that's the whole thing. It's like, that's the problem, Max. Is that I'm not saying like you don't know and that's the problem, but like there's a lot of people who don't know. They just know the base story, and they're basing.
No, I think there was a narrative. I do agree
people.
There was a narrative against him.
Based on the narrative against him.
And I do, you're right to bear arms is more for protection, not for patrolling the streets, though, either. Unless you are an armed officer or part of the forces, So that's where I have the issue with.
Well, and not only that, but
so
you can
because
also blame
of that
the cops
part,
because
but you also got to put yourself in the place at that time.
Yeah,
this was the BLM riots, and
they stood down. They didn't do jack
in this country. Just over a year ago, like it was crazy. I live in Tampa, and I went downtown to do some Uber, or I was with my mom and she was doing Uber, and and Tampa's pretty peaceful. Racism's not really a big deal down here, and we saw them boarded up. We saw the looters. It was freaking insane.
Yeah, they did the same thing in Sparks, in Reno, Nevada. I was like, what the hell? Smashed up the police department. I was like,
that time
it was dumb.
So crazy. It was really a scary time to be an American.
I'm just saying, there's a better way to get your anger and frustration out without burning your city to the ground.
Hey, Matt. We are doing a members mailbag, and then we covered something that it's probably good you're just coming now, because we're moving topics.
Yeah, we're moving on.
Because I know Matt Jarbo would have a lot to say about it. But no, Matt, you should definitely cover this on your channel.
Keemstar destroying the quartering.
Keemstar destroying the quartering is a hypocrite SJW. It's real. We all watched it. Go tell Matt. I'm sorry, I almost said my own name, Max. Hey, Punk Trace, thank you for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. And RJ, hey RJ. So let's get to the mailbag now. I'll bring that up here.
All right, let's do it.
And thank you for supporting the series. It really helps me and Josh. And Josh, because you like to be incorporating the series, I'm going to give you the task of finding guests each week. So next Tuesday, reach out to someone, see who wants to be the third guest for episode 3.
I know Ray is still on vacation right now because she's at Disney down here in Florida. So she's only like 90 minutes away from me too.
Well, we don't necessarily have to even have members for the guest. I mean, like, we could reach out to Matt Jarbo and then have questions for Matt Jarbo for an hour. Who knows? It could be. We could let our imaginations run wild.
Yeah. The week of when No Way Home comes out, I want to have RJ on. I think that would be really nice for everybody. Be nice for him, and just, it's not often where we get really excited about a Spider-Man movie. So having him on, and just he's one of our brothers, our friends, just letting him rejoice in this moment, because you never know if it's going to happen again. I think that would be really cool to have RJ on the week that what is it? December? Is it right before Christmas?
I believe so.
Yeah, that week I would definitely like to have RJ as a guest because I think that'd be really nice.
Cool. All right, so here's the questions. We all should try to answer these questions if possible. So Bradley goes first. What type of music do you listen to, and who would you say is your favorite artist of all time? Much love and appreciation, Max. Thanks a lot, Bradley.
Thank you, Bradley.
Yes,
that's a really good question.
I love a lot of different styles of music, and even if I don't particularly like it, just like other fandom, I don't want to hate on other people's joy. Like I used to say, I don't like country music, but if it means something to someone else, I'm glad it exists. And there's a lot of crossover in music, and even if something we think is particularly like not that enjoyable, everything makes everything else better too. Like everything it combined makes you can get influences all kind of places. So my favorite style is probably rock, indie rock, classic rock. I like some rap music. I appreciate it. It's just not something I listen to regularly. Some of my favorite artists of all time. I was really into Radiohead in the 90s. More recently, one of my favorite bands of all time that survived the 90s barely. Like a lot of great bands from the 90s, even if they survived the 90s, eventually someone OD'd or something happened. Or Chris Cornell, unfortunately, he's another one of my favorites. And there was a period of time where I couldn't stand Chris Cornell after a while, and then I came back to love him again. And I'm glad we got some stuff towards the end, some great music. And unfortunately, just for your guys' info, something that we're really missing out on is the last Soundgarden album. And I should do another video on this. Wow, when he passed, they had the demos of everything, so they can actually put together and the band could finish it. Now I'm not going to attack his wife or anything like that, but the rumors are that she has access to it and she will not share it with the band, and she wants to more be like a solo type thing potentially and use it for his, so that's sad.
She's Courtney loving him.
Well, I mean, we don't want to make accusations because we don't know all the details, but basically, maybe from her point of view, it's Chris's last work, and not Soundgarden doesn't own part of it. Because from what I know is, I think he does demos first, and then shares it with the band, and then they, So I don't know all the details, but unfortunately, the last Soundgarden album will probably be released when we're in our 80s.
Right.
Right. So that's probably if it becomes a Soundgarden album. So Chris Cornell, and then Failure is one of my favorite bands of all time. I've seen them live a few times now, and they came back. They broke up. They survived the 90s. Some of them had bad addictions, so they barely survived. And they came back, and they're stronger now. And some of their best materials now. That's another thing. If sometimes bands come back, so that's my pick. Old school, I would say Radiohead, Chris Cornell, and Failure. Check out Failure, guys, if you like rock music. Oh, and Big Wreck too. Big Wreck is amazing, a Canadian rock band.
Nice.
All right, so that's my picks. Who wants to go next?
I'll take the liberty. Oh, go ahead, Josh.
God damn you, Ryan! Did you look at this comment? Failure has actually.
Oh, come on!
No, there's breaking news. I missed this. It actually is going into production now. For real.
The Amico's finally going into production.
Yes, it's not going to make
nice.
it by the year end, but I have to do more research on that for an update video.
All right. Make sure you cite your sources. You don't want to.
No.
Yeah.
Malad, come on. You have to have heard Soundgarden. All right. Who wants to go next on your favorite band or favorite style music?
I'll do. I like nu metal, rock, that type.
Oh, okay.
I play guitar, so.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I didn't know you play guitar, Josh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I used to, when I was in the Army, I played a lot more. Having kids, I kind of pick it up from time to time. But especially with the pandemic, it was hard as heck to get guitar strings. So, but my favorite probably have to be the group Atreyu.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're part screamo, part singing, and the screamo lead singer left, but they're still going and they still sound good. And also, I listen to a lot of YouTube cover bands. That's what really got me into the YouTuber thing. I listen to cover bands from overseas, stateside, and yeah, that's what really got me into the whole YouTube thing. But yeah, Treyu's probably one of my favorites of all time. I like any rock band where they go heavy on guitar solos, like Avenged Sevenfold, Bullet for My Valentine, My Chemical Romance when they were a big deal.
Yeah,
I'm a old school rocker, so yeah.
Oh, well, we have a lot in common then. Atreyu I've heard of, but I haven't really got into them yet. So I'll give that a shot. I like.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Lead Sails with Paper Anchor is a really good album. You pretty much just played on the first song you let it play, and every hit on that album was really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, master of music.
Bum bum.
Oh, Rush.
Oh, yeah, Rush.
Oh, dude. Okay, I love Rush. Okay, it's my favorite band of all time.
Okay. I knew you were a fan. I didn't know it was your favorite of all time.
Oh, dude. Yeah, no, Rush is my all-time favorite.
No wonder Nick and liked you.
Oh, yeah, right.
You were on Nick and Lex channel.
Dude, they listen to Rush music all the time. I'm like, yes. But anyways, no, I like everything. I'm a huge fan of just basically any genre of rock you can think of. I like country, old rap. Yeah, no, dude, Rush is rad. Okay. Yeah, dude, the concept album alone, just amazing. No, dude, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, ZZ Top, just like everything. My first concert when I was a kid was the Scorpions. I also dabble in guitar every now and again. I liked MTV music. I liked Green Day. I liked The Offspring. I liked Weezer. I liked everything that came out in the 90s, basically. A huge Nirvana fan.
Yes.
I loved Soundgarden. They were great. Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam. I mean, shoot. There's just so many different ones. And then, like, in the 2000s, I love Avenged Sevenfold still. They still put out great music. And they're good family guys, too. So I respect the hell out of them for that. And rest in peace, the Rev, dude. He was a hell of a drummer.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
Yeah, and dude, Sinister Gates is one of my favorite guitarists, just hands down. Awesome. I loved My Chemical Romance. They were great. I went through a phase, gauged my ears, dyed my hair. It was fun.
My Brian.
Yeah. Mid 2000s emo Brian was
Did you hang out in your Hot
sight
Topic?
to behold. No. But I did.
Believe it or not, I've never had a piercing ever.
I still have the. I don't know if you can actually see them.
Yeah, I've never had a piercing.
I still have the slits in my ears.
Okay.
From when I gauged them, I had them out to I had plugs in there. They're pretty decent size.
Brian, you should get a wig and give us a reimagining on another stream.
Right, a blue hair wig.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, dude, I love music just like all over the place, man. I was in a band a couple years back. We did a bunch of classic rock cover songs. We did some Judas Priest, which was cool. A little bit of Jethro Tull, Locomotive Breath. I still know all the words to that song. Dude, I'm surprisingly a huge fan of like Billy Joel and like that kind of music as well. So it's just like I said, my musical tastes are all over the place, and I like it that way. So yeah.
Oh, I got so much crap when I was in the Army because I'm a huge Elton John fan.
Oh, love Elton John.
Dude, he was iconic in the 90s. Like, freaking Elton John. The GOAT,
right?
Dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but like, I mean, how could you not sit there on Saturday night and just not think of Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting?
Metallica just came out with what, their 20th anniversary, the Black Album, or 30th, and they had a bunch of people do Nothing Else Matters, and they had one with freaking Elton John and Miley Cyrus, and believe it or not, that was really good. I didn't know if Miley could pull it off, but she did it great.
Well, I have to get the Degrassi Knowles comments here because I did not realize this. I'm going to have to thank you for the heads up. Work began on new Soundgarden album in the summer. Brandy Carlisle will be handling vocals for live shows.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, if they come around live again, I might have to go because I was at work and they were actually a few years before he passed. They had a concert right by my work.
Yeah.
And I was like, I should have called off. I was like, I'm not going to call off work for it. It was sold out anyway. And then I've never seen Soundgarden live, and I never will get to see it with Chris. But I support them still going. So that's great. That means there's some type of agreement between him and his wife and the estate. Hopefully, thank you for the heads up. I'm going to look into that. And then Mladen has a question for Josh. Do you still like Bullet for My Valentine after the third album, Josh?
Yeah. They're one of their favorite songs. I love their guitar riffs. And my family originally comes from Wales. Mm-hmm. So, like, my descendants are Irish and Welsh. Came to America in the 1700s when it was, the beginning, and worked their way up. And that's my family lineage. We never came from the freaking slave owner or anything like that. That's why it would be kind of offensive when you have these people saying that all white people, the stereotype of the past. And it's not all like that. Some white people in America descend from immigrants and work their way up. And that's what my family did. And that's what I tried to do in my life. So, yeah, I like those. But anyways, with the rock thing, I like those groups. And Waking the Demon was probably my favorite. And also there's a wrestler that's his name is Finn Balor, and he has this demon persona. So every time I hear that song, I think about it. It's just like, da-da-da. So it's really, really good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah.
Bradley says they're also doing a documentary about Cornell that's supposed to come out soon. Let me know, Bradley, about that. I definitely want to watch it. And then we have to get to the next topic here because we're 30 minutes in. Carl says, I love rock and folk from 60s to 80s.
That's pretty good stuff, too.
Yeah, that is. That's our foundation of what we have.
Yeah.
Like your Beatles, Beach Boys, stuff like that. If that would have never happened, we wouldn't have what we have today. So, yeah.
Hey, CJH, new member.
Awesome.
Really? Okay. Yeah, music's helped me get through a few moments of my life as well. I shared that about U2 and Stuck in a Moment. When I was going through some shit, that song really helped. And then I re-listened to it because I recommended it to a friend the other day. Man, that song's powerful. Especially, I like it better like acoustic because I watched it on I watched a clip on YouTube the other day on David Letterman with Bono and The Edge, just singing it on stage without the whole band, and it sounded even better to me.
Yeah, music got me through my whole dad's passing. I don't think there were a lot of songs that got me through. A lot of different types of music too. Let's see. See You Again by Charlie Puth and Wiz Khalifa from the Fast and Furious series. That song got me through a lot because me and my dad were best friends. So first 6 months, I kept crying nonstop because it just didn't feel real to me because I had my dad there my whole life. When I was born, he was 44, so I knew I had a limited amount of time, but just the shock. And it took a while for it to set in, and it was a tough time. But music and all genres, helped me get through everything. and there's such power in music. And to see the stuff that Godsmack's doing now, who would have thought if you told me in 1999 that Godsmack would be charity and giving and doing all this stuff for the kids and trying to save music and help and go to schools and do seminars. If you'd have told me Godsmack was going to do that in the year 2019, 2021, I'd have called you nuts. But yeah, like Godsmack's doing great charity stuff. They're all about charity.
I haven't really followed them. I mean, lately I haven't.
Yeah, and they do a lot of music, suicide prevention, freaking motivational speaking. Sully Erna has really gotten, in the past, let's say 5 years, he's really gotten into charity. And it's just like, damn proud of him for doing it. He's amazing. And he's showing how great of a person he is. And yeah, they do all this charity work now, and I'm like, this is cool.
That's awesome when they give back like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Degrassi, and then we got to go on to the next topic here. Degrassi says, I was fortunate enough to see Temple the Dog. Wow. Yeah. Soundgarden and solo Chris Cornell play live more than a few times. Again, it's not what you know, but who. Okay. That's awesome. All right.
Very true.
Blinded Braille, what's your favorite comic book? We talk so much about comic book movies and not the material that inspired it. My father got me a lot of comics when I was growing up, but I more like drew the pictures and I didn't read them as much as like I was really trying to get into art at that time. But I do remember the one that was like really epic for me was The Death of Superman, because I got it right at the time. Sometimes I got comic books when they were cheaper on sale, but I got that right away. And it was really cool to be. And I remember all the hype about it, like people wearing the armbands for Superman, giving the armbands out at the comic shops and everything. And I still have that one. I don't really collect a lot of comic books. I just really appreciate them. And I should dive deeper into comics, but that's my pick. My favorite comic book is The Death of Superman.
Well, I've never really been much of a comic book person / reader. I just I'm more of a visual person, and I understand reading is visual, but like I like motion picture type stuff. I did, however, watch a lot of the new Star Wars runs. Mm-hmm. The Vader run that they did, where they were building the castle on Mustafar, was amazing. Okay. Was amazing. With the ancient Sith Lord Momin, and just building his castle, and how many times it took him to do it, because this Sith Lord was an architect. And
cool.
Yeah, it was great, man.
Hey, I got a really corny joke to tell you guys real quick.
All right.
Go ahead.
How does Darth Vader like his toast?
On the dark side?
A little bit on the dark side.
Oh, wow. You are a dad, Josh. I'm sure you tried that out with your kids first. Yes, that's great.
Yeah, they thought it was hilarious.
Okay, Josh, come with the dad joke.
I don't care.
No, that's all good.
RJ, that's not how RJ doesn't follow directions. Everyone give RJ hell in the chat. He doesn't follow directions. You have to leave it on the where. Brian, tell RJ where he's supposed to leave members' questions, mailbag questions.
You're supposed to leave your mailbag questions on the Movie Madison Entertainment community tab. Thank you.
Yes, if you want to add it during the show, you got a super chat. Oh, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. You don't.
Oh my god!
We won't answer unless it's $5 or more.
No, I was joking. I was trying to. All right. We're gonna answer it. I'm just kidding, RJ. We'll save that for last. You come last.
Yeah. We'll save the best for last, right?
Yeah. So the world according to Lonza, and I really like this too because sometimes I get people that I don't see on the live show, but this is shout out to World According to Lonza. He's a member. He got a question or a comment in. I just want to say that I might be the only on this who enjoyed all Game of Thrones season 8, and I think Disney Star Wars is amazing. Great to stay positive, world according to Alonza. I am rethinking my thoughts on Game of Thrones, and I kind of want to revisit just the last season now that my expectations are gone and just enjoy it again. Because like our pal Brian says, don't let your expectations ruin it for you and for everyone else. Stop whining and being a Karen on the internet, really.
For real.
Just enjoy what you get. So I want to go back in without my expectations. And that's a different way to watch something. When you watch something with expectations, it has a good chance of getting ruined. If you just go on to enjoy it without thinking this is going to go this way or that, it's a different viewing experience. It really is. So that's my comment. I didn't like it at the time, but in retrospect, I'd like to revisit it. And then Disney Star Wars, I kind of disagree with you on part of it. I don't think not all of it's amazing to me. Recent offerings have been amazing to me. The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett looks amazing to me, but not particularly. I'm not trashing on the sequels, but not amazing to me personally. But Josh, did you want to go on?
Yeah, I've only seen a little bit of Game of Thrones, but I've liked for what I've seen so far. When Rachel has a ton of time off, that's my wife's name. We'll watch Game of Thrones because that's like one of the things we watch together, but we haven't got that far into it. The Star Wars, here's the thing. I think it's getting better. I think, and you're talking about expectations, I think a bunch of people came in with this expectation of sequels going to go back to the original trilogy, and then it just, because of that. I honestly think, looking back at it, that they were trying to build new people, but then something creative just got messed up. We can debate all day on what that was, but creative did get messed up. But as far as we're talking about the Disney Plus Star Wars, instead of just the movies, we're talking about the series and everything. I think they're trying to offer variety. And I think we need to understand they could have just given us Mando season 1 and 2 and then gone to book, a Boba. But no, they gave us all these other things. And whether we like it or we don't like it, it's variety, and someone likes it because it's garnering attention to any fan base. Okay, Vision's not big on anime, but there is a crowd for anime, and a lot of people have liked it. People have disliked it. A lot of people have liked just regular animation. They like the Bad Batch. Some people haven't. Some people I've talked to on YouTube, and they like the High Republic series. Some don't. So the biggest fan base is going to be your live action series, always. That's always, live action is always going to be number one to people. But the other shows have garnered something. And then some people just want them over. And that's what you want to do. You don't want to just keep the same little fan base that you have. You want to expand. You want to bring in new people that, hey, I might not be a big fan of anime, but they're doing a Star Wars anime. It might not be your original classic trilogy or the Clone Wars, but it's different. And it's a little refreshing to see something a little different. So I think they're making strides.
Yes. I think it's getting better. I agree with you, Josh. Do you have comments on this Game of Thrones in Star Wars? Lonza, according to Lonza, he's happy about both. He's very happy.
Yes, I totally agree with him. And he's looking at it, we always say the glass half full. Yeah. He's trying to be optimistic and positive. He is taking the toxicity and the expectations out and just trying to look at the positives of things and be hopeful for the future. Because if we dunk on everything, when they do something good, we're going to have that toxic hate mentality. And I think he's looking at it the right way. So, yeah.
All right. Brian?
Yeah. All right. Haven't seen Game of Thrones. I don't know when I will get around to it. It's a lot to watch.
Well, do you think you would start fresh with the prequel series in January, February instead?
I don't know, man. If I don't have anything else to watch, I think Picard's coming out around then. So it's like my problem is I've already got other things to watch, and then I'm on here talking with you guys. So I'm like,
yeah,
my
but
time is very finite.
That would be such an interesting perspective of someone reviewing and talking, like even on your own channels, talking about Game of Thrones that doesn't have any expectations or baggage from this original series. That would be so refreshing. It's also a prequel series.
That would be, like I said, and I think we've talked about this before. I mean, we'll see.
I'm gonna make Brian watch it.
Okay, well, it'll go down. We'll do it. I mean, especially if you have topics, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I have to watch it now.
Yeah. Make Brian watch House of Dragons.
Okay, let's see. As far as Star Wars goes, all right. I loathe the prequels. So when Disney bought Star Wars, at first I rolled my eyes and was like, oh God, Disney ruins everything, blah. But this is before they'd have even done anything. I saw The Force Awakens and I loved it. Absolutely freaking loved it.
Same here.
The problem with the sequel trilogy, in my opinion, is they listen to the fans. They should have just stuck the landing with some of the stuff they established in The Last Jedi. I think it would have made more sense narratively, and it would have strengthened The Last Jedi, in my opinion. The Last Jedi is my favorite out of the sequel trilogy, hands down, and I am being honest about this. I love that movie. No, I love it, dude. I'm
saying you are, because me and you've talked about this a ton of times. So yeah,
because I mean, I do troll because I know it gets people triggered in these chats when I'm like, yeah, I like The Last Jedi, but no, I really do. I think the novelization does it justice. I honestly wish that if they would release the Johnson cut of Return of the Jedi or of The Last Jedi, maybe people would view it a little differently, because Rey went through more trials than what was portrayed in the book. In the movie.
That stuff is just Karen's being Karen, saying, "Oh, she's too strong." Well,
I got that.
Was stronger than that.
See, and that's like my way into the fandom menace was through Star Trek, and I had a bone to pick with Star Trek at that time, so it was a little bit different. So when they started going off about Star Wars, I was like, "No, you're wrong. This movie was really good, and you're lazy not to. You can't sit there and throw shade at Star Wars if you're not willing to take in all of it." And that includes the books. So it's like there's tons of books that fill in the gaps. There's tons of books that tell what happens after Return of the Jedi. So it's like, no, get in, strap in, enjoy the hell out of it, because it's fun. And that's what Star Wars is supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be heady like other properties. You know what I mean? You go there, you forget about the troubles for 2.5 hours, and you enjoy yourself, man. And
mine was Rise of Skywalker. That was my favorite.
Two things I gotta address real quick. TW McKay, because he's a good friend here. Yes, members only questions. Because this is added member. It's live for everyone, but it's focusing on members' questions on my channel community page. Just wanted to let you know that real quick. And then Good Sig. You'll have to rewind to the start of the stream. I don't want to recap. We've already covered. It's at the very beginning of the stream. We go over that. So if you want to check it out, just rewind. Okay. I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt. We should get to the next question, because I try to keep these. No, I try to keep these shows around an hour to make it, and I'm going to put them in a playlist. I also have a couple announcements for member stuff too after. Lucky Day. What are the chances that the upcoming 2022 superhero movie Samaritan, starring Sylvester Stallone, will be good? I don't know anything about this. I like Sylvester Stallone, but he also does The Expendables. Now, The Expendables is fun. So, but I mean, he's capable of very amazing things, Sylvester Stallone. Samaritan sort of sounds like Good Samaritan, like he stepped in and saved the day. Not to go back to the cow thing, but that's somehow some people view him. I'm not saying that's an equivalent. I'm just saying that's interesting that's the title of the movie, and I have to see the trailer and the context of it to see what it's about. But Good Samaritan from the Bible, stepping in, saving someone. And superhero, that sounds interesting to me. I think Stallone is the person that could really bring that home, even though he's older. I mean, also think of like the Jackass movies. Not Jackass, Kick-Ass. Did I say Jackass?
You said Jackass.
I'm a Jackass. I'm talking about Kick-Ass. That's more like street level, stepping in. At least the first one. The second one's not as good for me personally. I don't know much about the movie other than Stallone's playing an aging superhero who was thought to have died in battle but still lives. It seems to be a similar style to Unbreakable with Bruce Willis. Since I've mentioned it, did you like Unbreakable, Split, and Glass? I have to rewatch Unbreakable. Split, I loved. And I love that they kept it a secret that it's in the same universe. And then Glass was decent. I think it could have been better. But now that I've read that, I'm like super interested, and I was way off. I should have read the rest of his comment. An aging superhero that was thought to die in battle. That's interesting. I'm really interested to see this now. Josh, what's your thoughts on the Samaritan movie, Sylvester Stallone?
Oh, you guys know I'm a Christian, so that would be cool. That's different. I love Sylvester Stallone. Been a huge fan of his forever. Yeah, that would definitely be cool. I'd be down for that.
I got to do research on this movie. I somehow, after like having all these movie articles in our show, I completely missed this one. Brian, what's your thoughts on this?
It'd be interesting. I liked him in Guardians 2.
Yeah.
And he was good in the Creed movies. I haven't seen Unbreakable, Split, or Glass. So,
man, you have a big list of to watch.
I have a very narrow things of stuff I do watch.
Oh, Josh is asking is volunteering, being a good Samaritan himself, about getting more questions. Hans also did not follow directions. Big surprise. I'm just kidding. Goldman, yo. Goldman. That was okay. Whoa, really? Halo Infinite over The Last Jedi. Wow.
He's trolling Max.
He just wanted to get.
Goldman loves The Last Jedi.
I was going to say, I don't think he believes that. Do you believe that, good sir?
Okay.
He's trolling.
Aaron World Order, do you have posters of Grace Randolph in your house?
He only wishes.
Yes, I have one.
Really?
No. I don't have. My wife would kill me. She doesn't like Grace Randolph.
Damn.
Not unless someone sends it to my P.O. box, and then I'll say, you know what, wife, I have to.
I have to put it up in my man cave.
Yeah, yes. So, no, I do not. Now, Aaron, I'm sorry, Josh, now you have to answer Aaron's question. Do you have Grace Randolph poster in your house?
That's like asking me if I have a Kamala Harris poster in my house. I don't know much about the person in order to have a poster. I got to be a huge fan to have a poster. Okay. I barely have any posters in my house. I got a poster of the wrestler Sting when he was doing the Crow character. I have a picture of the Punisher and Michael Keaton Batman.
Well, that's a different part to the question that Aaron didn't answer. I can't answer that than what I do have in my house as a poster of. I have a poster of Gina Carano.
Hell yeah.
Mandalorian.
Heck yeah, dude, that's what's up.
And the Mandalorian poster, she's in it.
Nice.
Before she was fired, I was supporting her. I supported her before all these douchebags that only support her for politics came on.
I've always been a fan of her in that role. I like the Caribbean character more than anything. To me, it's characters and
Not a surprise, Goldman. We know. Brian, do you have a Grace Randolph poster? And if not, why not? And then what poster do you have?
Was she in Star Trek? Because she wasn't,
I would love her in Star Trek.
If she wasn't, then no, I don't have a poster of her in my house.
Can someone make me a Star Trek Grace Randolph? Oh my god!
Just Photoshop got everything. You see the room that he's in when he streams? That dude looks like he's in a cubby hole in the middle of nowhere. He got everything.
It's the corner of my room The rest of my wall.
Because like I'll see wrestling pictures with a Star Trek poster, with a Star Wars, with some figures on a freaking mantle. Like I think it's awesome though. I'm not hating. Yeah, see, look at all that.
A little bit of everything.
You got the guitar right there with the lightsaber and the Kylo Ren. I like it.
Yeah, DC poster.
Yeah, I'm not hating by any means. I love it. I just think it's kind of funny.
All right. And then final mailbag question comes from Tony the Geek Getaway. Maybe this is intended to make me look stupid. Who is Kafka?
I asked Google.
Yeah.
And it's a writer. His name was Franz Kafka. He
was
born
I just looked it up.
July 3rd, 1883, and he lived to June 3rd, 1924. He was a German-speaking Bohemian novelist and short story writer, widely regarded as one of the major figures of 20th century literature. His work fuses elements of realism and the fantastic. It typically features isolated protagonists facing bizarre or surrealistic predicaments with incomprehensible socio-bureaucratic powers. Wow, that's a lot of big words there, guys.
It's a quote from Congo.
Oh,
I don't remember that.
No, I was looking it up. He's a writer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Tony. Oh, no, Brett White. Okay. All right. Let's get to. All right, we have a few minutes. Should we allow questions in the chat now? We have a few. If we end early, we can always have a couple questions in the chat for our panelists because this is the Brian week. And we'll get to RJ's question first. I have a question for the panel. Thoughts on the huge allegations and problems facing Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick and Activision as a whole, and how Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox have responded. I don't know what allegations are against.
Yeah,
Bobby
I would have
Kotick.
to do my research.
What happened?
I will have to Google it now. Thanks, RJ. You making me do research. I would assume before I look it up is probably something with loot boxes or something, because I know Activision really wants their money for their investors, and they do stuff, and some criticisms around the world, like they've had to remove things because of loot boxes because they're considered gambling. I don't know. Activision. Let me Google it. Oh, considering stepping down. All right, let me see this. Wow, okay. We minus this. This is big news. I have to do more video game talk for sure. Bobby Kotick is still the CEO of Activision Blizzard for now. Employees and some investors have called for his exit. Despite a Wall Street Journal report that detailed Kotick's history of harassment and abusive behavior, while also saying he knew about allegations and incidents of abuse within the company for years. Kotick has reportedly told executives that he may consider stepping down if the company can't fix its toxic work environment with speed, according to the Wall Street Journal. Sources close to the situation told Wall Street Journal that Kotick met with Activision Publishing and Blizzard Entertainment leaders last week. His status as CEO was addressed, and his executive said employees won't be satisfied until Kotick hands in his resignation. Here's my initial thoughts. I've heard rumors that he's a jerk, but they're just rumors. And unfortunately, you can't take things, especially what we've learned even from like the Ruby Rose, the Ray Fisher thing. Unfortunately, you cannot just take things from people's words now. You have to wait till it plays out. I'm going to stop calling for anyone's resignation until they've had their day in court, if it goes that far, or all the details come out, because basically anyone that gets accused of anything, someone's in their history is going to come out and corroborate the accuser, the other potential victim. And I'm not saying they're not victims. I'm just saying, unfortunately, we're at a place now where you can't really believe anyone anymore until all the facts are out. I've heard rumors, but then I'd be basing my opinion on rumors that he's a jerk. I just don't know. That's my thoughts. Anyone want to add? Josh, Brian Master?
Yeah, there wasn't much context in that. There was a little bit of information, but is it abusive behavior? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, but we've heard this so many times now. Like every single place every single boss basically has been accused of abusive behavior. Even like Ellen. I don't know Ellen if she did or not, but I don't know if she's back or. It's just like everyone. So there's going to be a line of
out on it.
Listen. If I say Brian Master of None has been abusive on my show, there's going to be someone that pops up tomorrow to corroborate that.
Yeah, but then you're going to have 95% of your chat saying that he's not.
Yeah. It does. That's not what gets the clicks though. Or if Brian says, you know what, I'm done with MME. Max is only mad when he's backstage and off air. I'm scared, or something like. I shouldn't make mock potential victims. I'm just saying, if Brian comes out, there's going to be a list of people there as well, right?
See Brian's comment in the chat.
What?
He said, "I'm just a dumb hick from the sticks. I ain't done no reading." I'm sorry. I thought that was
yes. Funny. I blame the school systems too, man. All those books they had us read were total bullshit, man.
That's great.
Harry Potter.
Look, this is a bad take. No, I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm just saying I have to wait and see. I don't know. There's so many game studios. I appreciate Jay of Spade. Thank you for. I appreciate you criticizing my take. I just don't know. I am also not going to the opposite like Andy Signor and immediately calling a lot of potential victims. I'm not attacking potential victims either. I'm just saying I'm listening. I do care if there was victims. I just can't take. I can't be a judge and jury on a person. I don't know. Just because, and I think a lot of this is coming from people in the that follow video games and Activision and just have a bad taste in their mouth from Activision's practices too, along with things they've heard about. Like a lot of video game players do not like this guy because of what he's done to Activision to begin with. So there's a lot of it's impossible not have any biases at all, but you have that potential bias there as well because we're not a fan of him to begin with. No. So that's my thoughts on it. I just don't know. RJ asked, and I'm researching on air. Is it a bad take?
We got to wait for all the facts to come out before we come up with a decision. Like, don't be quick to judge until.
Yeah. Every week, though, we hear something about a video game publisher that's toxic. So it can be right. And if that happens and he did something improper and he's held accountable, I support that. I support victims, speaking out. That's the nuance you need here, everyone. Don't jump the others. Don't go full Signor either, where he had, and part of it is unfortunately his history with someone falsely accusing him. So he immediately jumps the gun a certain way the other direction. Don't attack people speaking out either and immediately call them a liar. I'm not doing that. I didn't call Ray Fisher a liar either, right? I listened to Ruby Rose, but I still don't know what to think about the Ruby Rose. It's back and forth,
Listen to everyone, believe no one.
Unfortunately,
you guys know more about this political stuff than I do.
Yeah. All right. So, anything else to add to that, or any other additional questions from the chat you guys want before we end this episode of MME Members Mailbag?
No, man, this is a lot of fun. I had a good time, man.
Thanks for having me on for it.
Yeah. All right. TW McKay says it's actually a pervasive culture that was allegedly at Activision Blizzard. It's a whole thing. Yes. I've heard lots of rumors of it, but
But it happens all the time, though. Like
there's also
like that. Like
right. If you ask someone that I used to work with, they're gonna say my place of work is the worst horrendous ever, and it really just. I mean, people that don't work there as well. I don't know if it's former employees too. And I'm not saying they didn't leave because it was toxic. I'm saying you also have to consider there's so many factors. It's hard to give a. All right. Oh, thanks. RJ's really taking advantage of this. Okay.
Yeah, he is.
All right, let me see.
Let me say something real quick. This is my job. Basically, this series is a trial run to see if I'm good at doing the YouTube thing. If I get enough support, you guys really want me to go all in with start my own channel, then I'll go with it. The thing that I'm finding hard is the type of content. I don't want to piggyback off of Max or RJ or Brian or do the same thing. I want to be unique. I want to do something different. I'm thinking about doing like a full-on video game channel because nobody in our community is doing like, I play this game called Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, and nobody in the community is really heavy into that and covering that type of content. And it's Star Wars content, but it's like more of the video game type content. So,
I wasted too much money on that game that I quit playing.
I've only
5-star characters. I was so pissed.
Yeah, whatever. I've only spent like 120. So
that's why I hate those games.
That was to get the Hyperdrive bundle, and then I'm doing free to play from that. But I'm doing pretty good. I got all the old
games are the devil.
Yeah, but that's some of the stuff that I'm going to cover. But like I said, I want to be different. But as long as I got this community support, I'll do it.
Sure, we're ready to support you, Josh. And then RJ's ridiculous question. Really? Would you rather fight 1,000 chicken-sized elephants or 100 elephant-sized chickens?
I would take
the board.
Chicken-sized elephants.
Yes, me too. I will kick them. 100 elephant-sized chickens, you wouldn't have a chance. They would peck you to death.
Yeah, no, chickens are dumb. Like, no way.
And I'm taller too, so that helps me out with the chicken-sized elephants.
Yeah, like you could step on them and then run.
And that means that the chicken-sized elephant's tusk will be smaller. Yeah. Whereas the elephant-sized chicken's beaks will be gigantic.
They can straight up eat your ass just by like a worm.
Yeah. I think, are we all in agreement on this? Agreement.
Yes.
On this one, Josh, Brian, we would rather fight. Can we do it together? Is that for the whole panel? If it's all us three together, we got those.
We're taking
100,000 chicken.
Sure, I don't care either way. So whatever you guys think is better, I'll go with you on.
You don't care? You don't want 100 elephant-sized chickens pecking?
I don't want either one. That's like
terrible.
Would you rather be locked in a cage with a viper or a freaking African mamba? They're gonna kill you either way.
Well, one of them will probably.
I think we might have a chance against 1,000 chickens.
Oh, RJ says it's one person fight, not a group.
I'd still take the 1,000 tiny elephants.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a great way to end the show. 1,000 chicken-sized elephants. Thank you, RJ.
And they couldn't climb up stairs, so think about that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching. We will see you next week, hopefully. My announcements. This weekend I am going to be away for family stuff. I do need to do a video on the giveaway for members and I have to get the details out. And then also, I forgot about the fandom awards. I'm going to have to do a stream a week ahead of time announcing all the categories, figure out how to put the polls, probably a member stream, and then the week, December 4th, give the results show. So I have to figure that out, and I get back Sunday. So it might not happen until Monday or Tuesday night. We might have to do Tuesday night polls for the fandom awards next week instead, and then do Wednesday for the mailbag. because I have to get that out as soon as possible before December 4th for the Fandom Awards results show. It'll be like a best of the year, share our memories from this year, best content, music, video games, everything. I'm also like have some fun categories like best movie vlog, best video game vlog, also best our favorite movie watcher, like viewers, that really support each channel, stuff like that, all kinds of fun things to give appreciation to the industry and people on YouTube. So look forward to that. But this weekend I'm gonna be away. All right, that's all. Any closing words, Josh or Brian?
I want to say thank you to the chat. You guys are amazing. I know some of the streams can get a little heated and sometimes possibly toxic, but everybody in the chat has been amazing. Thank you for joining us. If I don't talk to you till after the weekend or Thursday, have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We always appreciate the support for this channel. It means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to Max. And thank you, Brian, for coming on tonight. It was a blast having you with us.
Well, heck yeah, man. Glad to be the first guest for you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. Thank you,
Good
Josh.
times.
I love the sentiments. Yeah, everyone have a safe, nice holiday. Enjoy your family. If anything, we can all agree on, since all this craziness the last few years, is the moments with people connecting and family is very important. So I wish you all the best, and we'll be talking together soon. Bye, everyone.
Later.